Espero que estén muy bien. Buenas tardes, mi nombre es Nadia. Estamos aquí para tener una junta con los oficiales que tenemos aquí del departamento de Jasper County, de aquí de Richland y de Harryville. Estamos aquí para darles información a toda la comunidad para que ustedes sepan de lo que tenemos en las calles, en nuestras casas y en la comunidad sobre las drogas que últimamente están afectando a nuestros hijos, así como la comunidad, las escuelas y las iglesias. También puede ser que tengamos problemas con los niños, así que hoy, el día de hoy, venimos a darles la información.
I'm Adam Thompson. I'm the lieutenant with the Jasper County Sheriff's Office, and I supervise our narcotics unit or the vice unit.
Detective Rob Edwards. I work in the Jasper County Vice Unit as a narcotics detective.
Detective Quatique Maynor. I also work in the narcotics unit.
My name's Detective Maisano from the Hardyville Police Department, and I'm assigned to the Jasper County Vice Unit.
Gracias a la escuela de Polaris Tech, estamos aquí en las instalaciones de ellos que nos prestaron para poder hablar de este tema tan importante que concierne a la comunidad. Así que, who is the first that we talk about drugs?
When we start talking about narcotics, I guess we'll start talking about what we're seeing, at least here in Jasper County. We are seeing a rise in fentanyl. We do see cocaine, crack cocaine, marijuana, prescription pills sometimes. That's not as big as it was. We are seeing a lot more people these days are using fentanyl. Fentanyl is a very dangerous drug. It doesn't take much to overdose on. But some of the things that we're definitely seeing in the school systems, at least, just talking with some of our SROs, is marijuana. We are seeing the vape pens. Those aren't up here. I don't see any, at least up here. The vape pens, it's the same thing that you would normally get at the gas station that would have the nicotine in it, but it actually has THC in them. So we are seeing that. The candies with gummies, that kind of stuff, like CBD gummies and CBD oils and stuff like that. We are starting to see some of those in the schools. And you can go and buy CBD right now, but a lot of that stuff I can't swear to, but a lot of it is probably coming off of the internet where people are buying it online and having it shipped to them. So it would be like in the form of like gummy bears, gummy worms, that kind of stuff. We do see crack, like I said. Some of the stuff that is commonly at least used to smoke crack, the pipes, these 3 pipes right here. Some of them are glass, some of them are metal, some of them are like put together, like parts of it are plastic, parts of it are metal. If you like this copper, what's the word I'm looking for, Rob?
That's a Brillo pad.
Brillo pad, the copper Brillo pad, that's what you're going to see stuffed into those. That kind of acts like a somewhat of a filter, but it also holds the narcotic in place while you're smoking it. So if you happen to be going through whatever and you start seeing large amounts of Brillo pads, chore boy, stuff like that, the possibility of wherever you're at, those people may be actually using something like crack cocaine or something like that.
Roughly that size for about $50 nowadays, and it's a drug that I've heard talking to people who use it, they can take a little hit of it and finish off the bag and stay up for like a week straight. Just from using that. And as far as like the marijuana stuff goes, it does come off, and we have seen it a bunch. A lot of it is THC candy, and a lot of times you'll see milligram counts for the amount of THC that's in there. And a lot of times you'll see on the packaging, it looks like a regular Nerds rope, but it's like a little caution symbol with a marijuana plant on it, and it's just a little bit of line through it. And if you're not looking for it, it's really small on the packaging, but a lot of kids are getting a hold of it, and they're also using that more so than just actually smoking marijuana because it's a lot less detectable.
Well, I have a question. Most of the drugs right now that kill our kids is fentanyl.
Yes.
That one is everywhere, any place. That one is right now our concern, like parents, like they can find it in anywhere. One pill they can kill.
Yeah,
kids.
there's a lot of pills coming across like normal pills. A lot of times there'll be like little blue pills with an M and a 30 on it. Keep an eye on that. A lot of times, fentanyl's being thrown into marijuana. We've heard tales of people lacing marijuana with it, lacing cocaine with it. It literally is, they're putting it into everything now. So like as far as illegal drugs go, you can find it anywhere. I mean, you can find a pressed pill and they think it's one thing, like a Xanax bar, which is on here. It's actually a depressant. They don't actually have a true Xanax bar on here, but what it is it looks like that, and it's actually fentanyl. And a lot of it is getting pressed and made south of the border. So, and I've done research on this stuff, and I've seen a lot of documentaries on it, and a lot of when it comes to fentanyl getting across the border, a lot of it is now coming in pill form. It's also coming in different colors other than white. We've actually got a lot of it one time that was purple. So it does not look the same every time. So be wary of different forms of things that are around that don't fit the norm of what should be there. That's something you got to keep in mind. And marijuana is the gateway drug. We were just talking about that before we came up here. If they're using the edibles, the gummies, odds are they may end up start using something else. Well, if you've never used it, and it depends on the mixture, would you say, boys, about that much right there will kill you?
So typically, I think the weight that they give it is like 2 milligrams is enough for a person to overdose on. So 2 milligrams is, if I had to guess, like if you look at a pinhead, it's about that size, maybe a little bit bigger. It's not much at all.
It's not much at all. And now it's not new, but it's becoming more prevalent. They're using a horse tranquilizer called xylazine in it. And so if somebody is using fentanyl and there's xylazine in it and they overdose, you can hit them with Narcan, but it's not going to help with the xylazine because it's not an opioid. So, and that's something that we haven't really seen a lot of it yet, but we know it's coming.
So technically you can start on anything, just depends on what you're willing to, I guess, try, basically. But most of the time, you don't see people starting straight into fentanyl. Okay. It's just because of the potency of it, or however you want to explain that, which is why usually stuff like marijuana, stuff like that, that's what at least students, kids, stuff, they're offered that prior to, hey, crack cocaine or fentanyl or something like that. Yeah, methamphetamines.
If you see something that you're worried could possibly be a drug, but you're not sure, the best thing to do is to call us. Call the sheriff's office, call the police department, and we can come and look. It may be nothing, but it's better to be safe than sorry when it comes to our children. And having a talk with them as well about the dangers of the drugs and the things that can cause. I mean, the worst being death, of course, is extremely important as well, to educate the children on what can occur if they decide to use these things. And if they're struggling with addiction, again, as you spoke about the wellness center, there's different sources that you can come to us and we can show you as well to help with identifying signs of addiction. So we, as local police department, we're not enforcing immigration laws because we want you to feel comfortable to come to us for your safety. That's not something that we do, and we want everyone to feel safe to come and report something like that to us, a crime. Whether you're a victim of a crime, we do whatever we can to ensure that you get the help you need, and it's not something you need to fear from us.
As it stands with us, you're here, you have legal rights as well. Okay, so you have rights to protection. You have certain rights to our assistance. You're not going to get deported for calling us because we're trying to help you out. Okay. That's one thing they have to understand. That's not our job. We don't want to do that. We're not here for that. But back to the things with the children, also changes in behavior, changes in friend patterns. That's something you need to keep an eye on. Okay. Who are they hanging out with? How much time they spend at home? Keep an eye on their grades. Keep an eye on their social standing with different, peer groups, that type of stuff. That would be something to really keep an eye on.
First of all, my name is Lloyd Newton. I'm associated here with Polaris Tech Charter School. And all of the things that all of these detectives were just talking about are the kinds of things we look for, and many times we find in our school system. And so the most important part that I want parents to think about is the fact that all of us are here to help, okay? And if parents can appreciate that and come to us, and sometime, obviously, if we see something in the school, we're gonna call the parents. Don't go on the defense, okay? Don't go on the defense. We are here to help. We just need your help, though, and we need parents to be involved with their children so that we can help them to get to a future which you want them to get to. That's the ultimate game here, and that's the ultimate goal here. So again, I really appreciate the detectives and the sheriff department to come and share their side of the work that they are doing to keep our community safe. So if you're concerned, if you have a question, give one of us a call. Just give us a call. Call the school here. My executive director, Ms. Ken Statler, is there. She'll be happy to point you in the right direction so that we can get help for you and for your child. It's one thing that we are seeing, particularly after the pandemic, is that many of our youngsters need help, and we want to ensure that they get that help. It doesn't make any difference at all what community you're from, okay? I want to make that very, very clear. We just see you as, and see our students as another student in our school. They need help. We want to be sure that they get that. Okay?
Bueno, lo repito, lo dijo el detective, que al momento que tú tengas una duda, una pregunta, si tienes problemas con tu hijo de alcoholismo, de drogadicción, una adicción, ellos están para ayudarte, están para proteger a la familia. Ellos no están nada que ver con lo que es los documentos o no son el departamento de inmigración para hacer un arresto. Simplemente van a ayudar a tus hijos. Nuestros hijos son primordiales para esta ayuda. Así que yo quiero agradecer a ellos por su tiempo, los detectives de alcohol y drogas del departamento de Jasper County y de Harryville. Así que muchísimas gracias.
Be aware of your kids and pay them attention. I like to start by saying that love from the beginning is one of the things that keep the kids away from drugs. I got 4 kids, maybe 5 sometimes. I'm not sure, but I got a bunch of them. But love is the barrier to everything that's wrong. Start out by loving your kids and go from there. And when it comes to drugs, if you're paying attention to them, you'll be able to see the signs. Especially if it's anything past marijuana, you definitely gonna see the signs. And that's when you start off. I'm a parent. I would start off with trying myself, and after that, after 1 or 2 attempts, and that'd be a fast attempt. I meant weeks, not months, not years. I would consistently move forward and try to find some help for them.
Bueno, pues agradecemos a los del departamento de Jasper County, a los detectives de alcohol y drogas por haber asistido aquí, darnos una plática sobre lo que es las drogas y lo que nos afecta a nuestra familia.